Hello, this is Nicholas Tanek with your Geeky Friends, and oh my God, I have one of my favorite people that I've talked to many times. Actually, this is, I think, our part 4,
Yeah,
and
I think so.
yeah,
So there's
and
a thing that says live in the corner that was never there before. Like we can take callers and stuff, or am I
yeah,
confused?
yeah,
Nice. I
we
didn't
could.
tell anybody we could do that though. I would have promoted it that way.
No, people do. I really don't promote the YouTube, but we got subscribers. So, and because you're a dominatrix, we may get some like people saying like, definitely from other countries, saying, oh, sexy dominatrix, are you into piss play, or are you into well, there's a good chance we're gonna get stuff like that, and it'll be right on the bottom.
I
It'll be
have to tell you a thing as we're getting started. I
okay.
am going to try not to use my vape during this. Like no promises, but I'm going to try not to use my vape, which means I'm going to
All you
chew.
want.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, but I'm trying to quit. So
Okay.
I'm going to try to do an interview without it, and I'm going to chew gum like a cow through our whole interview, and you're not going to mind.
No, I'm not. All right. So, all right. We talk on the phone. I would say we're friends,
You're
and
my new BFF.
yeah, and we've done a lot of interviews and stuff like that. So, what have you been up to since the last time we talked, which was like I think like 2 months ago?
My gum has a coating, and it hasn't broken down enough for me to talk yet. It's my special gum that's supposed to help me quit smoke. Well, it's not smoking. I don't think smoking and vaping is the same thing, but some people of significance in my life do. And this is supposed to help with it. But I gotta chew through the coating so I can talk.
It's like a nicotine gum.
Kinda. It's a doTERRA gum. It's not really for it's not really for quitting smoking. It's an essential oil based gum. But the combo of oils that's in it really, and I really enjoy it, speaks to me, and it seems to help me. So,
Yeah.
but it has this like almost like a candy coating on the outside that I've got to like to get to it.
With everything that's going on, I am so thankful that I quit smoking.
Right?
I don't vape anymore. Like first of all,
Like,
cigarettes are like insanely expensive now. You know what I mean?
well, vaping cost efficiency, vaping is way cheaper than smoking if you live
yeah.
up north.
Do you have a favorite flavor?
Strawberry milk is my favorite. Listen. So the contrast here, I love vaping. I think, and I've read plenty of studies that say so. Out of the U.S. studies, vaping is absolutely harm reduction. There's no question. I can work out now without coughing up a lung. I couldn't do that before. I was a smoker for 30 years. My top disagrees. Smoking is smoking. Nicotine is nicotine. No nicotine. You need to quit. And yeah, I'm okay with. He's coming from a place of my best interest, and I'm okay with giving it a really good try and succeeding.
My thing is that I'm trying to quit because I'm writing a book called Sex, Wine, and Ibuprofen.
Yes, you told me about that. I love the title.
It's pretty.
I want an advanced copy.
Oh, totally. You'll be in the thank you. Yeah.
I've never been in a book thank you before.
Well, I don't think. If I make it that long.
You will. Of course you will. You got all these dominant women in your life who will kick your ass into getting it finished.
That's true.
Do I need to call your top and help her to keep you in line?
Maybe. That might be fun. So yeah, there's that. I do like the edibles, when it comes to pot. I don't.
That's another thing I'm not allowed to indulge in these days. Do you want to hear a funny story about this?
Yeah, tell us.
Okay, so Mistress Dolly is here one night because she's, my everything. And we're contemplating having an edible. And let's remember, I'm in a completely legal state, right? Rec legal here. And so I shoot my top a quick message. Can I have an edible tonight? Is that cool? and he says no. Now, I have grown-up children, I have both, but
Yeah.
this story involves my grown-up kid. I'm not talking about a child here. Anyways, my top shoots me back a message that says no. And I tell Dolly, I'm like, sorry, I'm not going to be able to. He said no. And my oldest says, a boy told you not to do a thing and you're going to go along with it? Who are you and who is he, God?
Those things, they sneak up on you. Like, and the crazy thing is, like, the Dom who I live with and one of our play pals are, they're really good cooks. So there's just like tons of brownies and just cakes and ice cream and all this stuff. And then you eat it and you're like, yeah, this is nothing. And then like an hour later, you're like,
I'm such a lightweight. Yeah. And it lasts forever. And yeah, so
I
don't do that anymore either. I'm a good girl.
I recently discovered gravity bongs. Oh my God. You need one hit. And
Not for me.
What?
Not for me.
It's basically if you take like a 2-liter bottle. I don't know why we got into this direction, but it's okay. This is part 4. We go anywhere.
We can talk about anything now. It's part 4.
Yeah. So it's literally you take like a bucket of water or a pot or whatever of water, and you put in like a 2-liter bottle of soda or something like that, or just
I've seen it in action so many times.
It burns it and fills it up, and then what it does is it makes it pure THC. So like you literally need one hit and you're done. All right. So what you been up to since the last time we talked?
I am living my best life. I am like pretending I'm a trophy wife without the bothersome husband part. Following my bliss and just like it is. So, of course, there's parts that have been super, super challenging and parts that are wicked upsetting and all that. But what are you going to do about make the best of it? And if you really like focus hard on making the best of it, you can make it pretty fucking sweet, right? Like,
that's all.
So I've had, at the end of 2019, I wrapped up the year kind of a little bit bemoaning about how much time I spent working and how much time I didn't spend with my dynamics, right? And how much time I didn't spend playing with my personal relationships. And 2020 has completely flipped that. The only people I spend time with are my personal dynamics. The only people I spend time with is my inner circle. I've had, despite the fact that there's a pandemic and we're a long distance relationship and all that, I've had more time with my top this year than past several years combined. And you make time for what's important now because you recognize that,
Definitely.
And
I think
Mistress Dolly and I spent almost every day together this summer, and we just were playing in the pool and making content for my OnlyFans and painting some rooms here that needed some work and stuff, and throwing birthday parties and making extravagant cakes. Tomorrow we're gonna have a tea party. I'm so excited about this.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what that is. But I've been going through the same thing because I live in a big house. It's an old colonial house and it's fallen apart, but it's big. And
I had one of those once. It's rough, like, because you love it and it's got history and stuff, but they're so hard to upkeep.
Yeah, and we had so many people here. Like all people just like would just come out and hang out, and like
you're talking pre-COVID.
Oh yeah, pre-COVID, and just like Natalia would be painting. And then Chris in his little harem of, because he's a hypnotist, and we'll get to hypnosis, but he's a hypnotist and he like has this like harem of women, and we got Melissa like making food in the kitchen all the time. She's a really good cook and she makes a lot of edibles, so and now it's all gone.
Well, are these people with particularly, I mean, I'm not giving medical advice, of course, but are these people with particularly high risk jobs or home
No,
life?
no, they're
So
not.
why wouldn't you just like my metrics is anyone who I would help take care of if they were sick is welcome at my house, and anyone who would help take care of me if I were sick is welcome. Like I
Same way to put it.
I gotta have a, you know, I have a rather large gaggle of offsprings, so I do have to make room for other grown-ups to come in and out of our space and
Yeah.
and keep it
Okay.
super limited, but there are visitors.
So let's talk about your OnlyFans page. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of professional dominatrixes are going online and they're
Mm-hmm.
doing OnlyFans and they're doing some creative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, I got to ask this. What is your most requested kind of film or video? And then what is your personally favorite kind of video?
One of my, I've really been more recently, I mean, I've never shied away from it, but I've been in, especially since OnlyFans has become my primary focus. I am a MILF. That's who I am. I'm almost 50. I'm actually a GILF, but don't tell people that. Anyways, and so I get a lot of
I'm
I get a
45.
lot of mommy requests. I get a lot of requests from gentlemen in their 20s, early 30s, and they're looking for, you know, pretend stepmom or a friend of their mom or a MILF next door or whatever. So that's been something that's not necessarily an area I had a lot of requests for in real time BDSM sessions, but it's been fun. And once you get over the initial, like, this isn't necessarily my kink, but once I got comfortable with it, it's been fun, you know.
Yeah, I
But
never
it just
thought
needs change of pace.
I never thought I would enjoy it. But you know me, I like femdom, um, especially femdom quote unquote sissy porn. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
like this the stepmother jerking off the guy in like thigh highs.
Yeah.
Is one of the hottest things. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like
Mm-hmm.
it does it for me. So okay, so that's something that you enjoy. What is something that you get requested often?
No, that's something that's a frequent request.
Oh,
That's what I'm hearing requests for. I'm not necessarily seeing as many. I know it ebbs and flows, and I've been trying different places to advertise and promote with, so the clientele that comes in kind of ebbs and flows a little bit. But I'm not seeing as many of what I would have referred to as like traditional BDSM consumers. Not that there's not any, but not as many. Did I just lose? Say a thing so I can see if I lost.
no, you're here.
No, if I could still hear you, but I can, so we're good.
Okay.
Um, but the thing, I mean, it's so I started before I was a dom. I was a dancer, and I love dancing, but I other things took me away from it, right? And dom work was something that better fit into my lifestyle, and so now with doing OnlyFans, it's so much more like dance in my mind and in my experience. It's so much more like dancing. There's so much more tease involved. There's so much more you could, but you can't, you know, like, and I really, really enjoy that. And it's not something I would engage in that way in real time because it's not the safest way to play with strangers, you know, but online it is.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Tease
Mm-hmm.
and tease and denial is very important in the BDSM community, uh,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to dominatrixes. So, what are some? What are and I'm not looking for a show. You know that I'm
Are you
not.
sure? No.
This is a journalism piece. Um, you know, what are some things that you do, and you don't have to give everything away. What are some things that you do to kind of tease and or slash Denial somebody.
And or slash, I missed the last part.
Denial somebody.
Oh, I mean, the denial is just the turn down. I mean, I do get a little bit rough with the humiliation stuff, and you can't touch me. You're a nasty, dirty boy. I mean, what makes you think I play with boys like you? You think I allow beta bitches like you to touch me? Are you kidding me? So the denial part is pretty, and you know, if I'm feeling especially playful, and there's a whole, I can't, I don't even want to say it, but I'm going so you know what I'm talking about. I don't like the word cuck. I think it's a yucky sounding word, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I do like that kind of play.
I agree.
I do like that. I have a top that's so fucking alpha toppy dom dom, and lights me up and makes me feel great. And also, you get to watch.
And
And
especially with the word cuck, it's become, instead of a sexual thing, it's become like a political thing. You know?
yeah, yeah, and that's funny too. Like, this is a really funny time for fetish work, and I don't know. I try not to say anything terribly provocative in public because yeah, but yeah, it has become it has become kind of a political thing too, and so has sissy play, and so much of it. And you know, if younger people coming into the scene want to redefine what the scene looks like for them, I'm absolutely respectful of that and I support that, but also understand that for some of us who have been here for a long time, this is what it looked like for us. This is what worked for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's talk tea parties. What now? Is it a okay? Before you say anything, there's the regular tea party. There's the regular tea party, which is literally people just having tea and talking.
Yes.
Are your tea parties like that, or are they something different?
So I've been, you know, like I've been to fetishy based tea parties before, and they've run the whole gamut over the years. Some are really formal, high protocol. Some are more playful and what have you. And also in the vanilla world, I totally love. Well, I don't know if this is terribly vanilla. I really have no gauge for what vanilla even is anymore, but whatever.
Yeah, neither do I.
I really like engaging in things that are fun, you know, and just life is short. I'm not coming back. I'm going to enjoy all of it. And so the tea party that's scheduled for tomorrow all stemmed from, I was in the Amazon because that's what I do. What else do we have to do but go to the Amazon and look for stuff? And they were showing me, and they show you the things they think you want to buy because, you know, algorithms and all that. And there was this beautiful tea set, like glass tea, this glass tea kettle, thank you, and little cups that are like the cups you get in a Chinese restaurant, except they're like glass and glass laid. So when you pour the liquid in, you can see the color through it. It's so pretty. But I'm like, I spend this year so far, I've spent like 30 weeks traveling. Do I need another tea set? And I wasn't going to buy the tea set, even though it was, you know, it wasn't terribly indulgent. Anyways, it was beautiful and I loved it. And then the next thing that Amazon showed me was this tea that when you put, it's a tea ball, and when you put it in the hot water, it opens up like a flower. And it had a video showing you how it does this. And I was
Oh, the metal tea balls with the chain?
No, this is a bunch of herbs and a flower that's wrapped into a little tea ball that's all compressed. And when you put it in the hot water and it rehydrates, it opens up slowly and it's this pretty, pretty flower with the assorted.
Wow, I never knew about
The
that.
video is, so I haven't done it in person yet. We're doing it tomorrow. And so Mistress Dolly and I and our friend Panda, and like I told Panda's not terribly into dressing up and what have you, but I was like, I don't care if you come in a fancy dress or a tuxedo, but this is classy dress. You like formal wear. And we'll dial that back. We're not really going to run to tuxedo, and we're not really going to wear gowns, but we're going to probably pretend that we are. And we're going to see how pretty my flower is when my tea's ready. And this is the sort of thing I think is so important. I don't know, it's important for me.
Sounds fun.
We're trapped in the house and we can't go anywhere, and we can't go to work, and we can't go to parties, and we can't go to the mall, and I don't actually like the mall, but anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't do the things we were doing. We have to find places to have a good time, and we have to find places to enjoy ourselves and things that feel special. and this is one of those things we're doing. And
We should do a Mistress Cassidy cream tea party episode.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm gonna take, so I am I'm a little bit concerned, like what if it doesn't come out as well as it did in the video that was selling the product?
I'm
But so
sure.
tomorrow's gonna be like the practice run, and then we'll do it again, and we'll do it live and do the show with the public.
If it's on my show, it's punk rock style. So it's lo-fi punk rock.
So just if it doesn't happen, if it doesn't work out right, it doesn't work out right. It's been 20 minutes. I have to hit this one.
That's actually, I like to think that's part of the charm of it. You know what I mean? So, okay. Before we get to what kind of tea, let's talk about outfits.
I'm thinking, well, Mistress Dahlia like handles my wardrobe. I'm really bad at dressing myself, and she helps me to find what's flattering, because I would, if left to my own devices, I would live in leggings and beaters, and that's pretty much it, barefoot. So I'm going to go through the stuff that she's most recently pointed out for me, and probably do something red, because that's what we do. I think there's like a red and black thing in there that's similar to this, but two colors, and not super formal, but you know, a little dressy. And
because
Dolly will come and she'll look like a disco ball, because she's always so dressy and so beautiful.
Wonderful. Oh my God, I would love to.
We have to have her on the show soon.
Yes, I would love to attend this.
Listen to me like it's my show, and I'm going to schedule your guest for you. But whatever, you should have her on soon.
Your show. We're going to talk about your show.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about.
It's almost like it's going to happen now because you said it.
No, it's going to happen. Let's talk about tea. What kind of tea is served?
Well, I don't even know what the flavors are for these. I was just so excited about the flowers that I don't care if it's chai or green or black, or, I mean, it's not cannabis infused, because like I said, I'm a good girl. I don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big green tea fan.
I like chai, and I like flavored teas.
Yeah, white tea is good too, and like sometimes it's like it doesn't taste like anything, but I was like, this is awesome. And do you take sugar or milk in your tea?
What kind of muggle do I look like? No. Some teas I put a little bit of lemon in. If it's like a black tea, I'll put a little bit of lemon in, or a little bit of honey if I'm drinking it because I have a cold. But no, straight up.
I put straight up. Yeah, straight up. And I'll drink it cold.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to.
Just noticed all the junk that's in the back of the thing because we're not by the pool.
That's fine.
It was so pretty by the pool though. Like I had the glow lights on, and I picked up, because this is what I do. I go to the Amazon and buy more stuff. I picked up an umbrella that has solar lights. So it's like a red umbrella with sparkle lights in it. And it's so pretty, and it would have been so cool to do the interview there. My camera and phone.
Your personality makes the interview, not the background. Let's put it that way. Okay.
Thank you. But still, they were pretty.
Okay, so you're gonna start doing YouTube stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
You're gonna start doing YouTube.
When's the first time you and I talked about it? I asked you questions about it back in like May, and it's September, and I haven't got on it yet. But I really do plan on doing it soon. I want to do it. I am just a little bit intimidated by it.
I've got so many creative projects going on, and I know they're going to take forever. You know, like I get out of bed and I start crying because the world's ending, basically.
So make the best of it. Even if that were true, make the best of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So tell us about what you're planning on doing, and you know me, I will help you, and I'll promote you because I absolutely adore you.
You're the best.
Thank you very much. So, what are you planning on just doing interviews? Are you planning on doing shows? What are your plans?
Both. And you know, I kind of want to do some test runs and see how it feels and how it looks how the finished product looks, and whether project rather, and maybe fine tune it according to what we like the best. But of course, I'm sure Mr. Sully will be there. I'm thinking some cooking. We're doing some painting in the kitchen, so that needs to be finished before we can do some cooking. But some cooking, some interview things, our tea parties. If we get an Indian summer this year, which would be so nice because I'm freezing and I'm afraid that snow's coming soon, we'll do some pool parties before we wrap up for the year, before we close down the pool for the year, and things like that. And just, I don't want it to be too terribly serious. I mean, maybe sneak in a serious thing or two here and there, but mostly I just want it to be fun and playful.
Yeah, I mean, I've known you for a long time, and you're a fun person. So I cannot wait. Seriously, I cannot wait. And please have me on your show when you.
You're definitely you're on the top of the list because you've given me so many pointers and so much helpful hints with it and stuff, and it's just going to look like I'm leading the show, and you're going to be helping me to make it happen.
Okay, fine with that.
In those first ones,
I'm fine with that. Okay, one of the things we talked about in the past is sadism.
Louder, please.
One of the things that we talked in the past is sadism.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to be sadistic in person. You can do it online, and a lot of your work is online. So what is one of the last things you've done since we talked? And we talk all the time, but like, when's the last thing? What is one of the last things sadistic things you've done online?
Well, I actually, because I'm only spending time with Inner Circle, I actually have had some real-time scenes that have actually been at a higher level than some of my professional scenes. As a professional, I don't want to say cater to, but I see a lot of newbies as a professional. My friends and my peers are not newbies and have much more experience under their belt. So like Panda and I have had a lot of time to play together, and which we don't typically, but we have recently. And we have had some really cool scenes, really amazing. I really felt good about them. I feel like I can put words in her mouth and say, oh yeah, I did put words in her mouth, and feel like she had a good time with it. And one of our most recent scenes, there's pictures of it on my Insta, and there's some videos of it on my OnlyFans. I forget if I was going at her feet or her privates. I was paddling away at some part of her, and it was getting pretty intense. And she said, "Fuck." F-U-C-K. And I sometimes I have a gutter mouth, but mostly I prefer to not hear language like that. And she's a bit of a brat, but she's typically good for me. Anyways, and I was like, you said what? And I'm sure you meant to say, thank you, mistress, right? And so we get back at it, and I'm going at her again, and it happens again. She says, fuck. Yeah, no. So I clamped up her tongue with my hair clip because we weren't set up for a scene with clamps and clips. So I had my hair clip in my hair, and I clamped off her tongue. She had tongue out of her mouth, drooling on herself. And then also she had recently given the finger to Mistress Dahlia and to myself in a playful way. And so I tied her, I forget if I tied her fingers backwards or forwards, but I tied up her middle finger so she had no access to her fingers, and clamped off her thing and went at it again. And it was so much fun. And she takes a beating so well. I just love her. And and it's nice to engage with somebody who can play that way, and that's not judgment for people that can't, but it's not where it's not.
Yeah, it's not where you are. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, there is something to be said about enjoying somebody's first time with them, but also playing where you're at is fun too.
When I heard "eat your words," the word association game that we play, right?
Yes.
And I found this word. Listen, and I'm like, you could actually make her eat this. You could write a word, like she could literally eat a word.
Yeah, I think we should do that. I think if you ask me to word associate any words that I find, there's a whole bunch of words I find distasteful for no reason other than the sounds they make. I don't know. I don't like the way they feel in my mouth. I think you should have to eat the ones that say those words. Like if one said cuck, you should eat it.
Yeah. You want it, like, especially because I'm an author. Like the word moist when it's
So many people are bothered by that one.
yeah, it bothers me. It's like you see her moist vagina. I was like,
It does sound a little sticky.
you could like no, like a wet vagina, that's horny is great. Like I'm all for it.
Moist, yeah.
But just that word just kind of so all right. During the COVID virus, you're finding out a way to be kinky and have fun, through OnlyFans.
I'm having so much fun with it.
So what other ways are you trying to do to be creative?
Am I trying to? I was trying to sneak in a hit of my vape, is what I was trying to do. No, it's not. I told you I don't want him to see me doing it. And he's gonna watch it because he will.
So what's your advice for people who want to be creative during this whole pandemic?
I think when you're not playing and engaged in things like humiliation play and sadism and all that, I think you should work really hard on being kind to each other and really engaging your compassion and grace at this time, because some people are really at the end of their rope and you might not know it at first, but some people are really struggling, and it's never a bad idea to be really kind to each other. And then after that, when you've established that and people know that, we're good and I love you and now I want to beat on you, then do that.
Yeah. Now for dominatrixes, I've had actually two people this morning cancel on me. They're like, I love your show, but I'm going through a very stressful time with what's going on.
I just lost you for a second.
Okay. This morning, okay, I had two professional dominatrixes cancel on me, and they're like, we need to reschedule because I'm going through a very personal tough time right now.
Yeah.
Doing with everything.
And
so what advice would you give to them?
To other doms that are having a hard time right now? Well, without knowing, that's hard, but I mean, this is tricky. I have my own, it's hard to let other people know when you're having a problem when you identify as a top, because people have expectations for you and you have a brand and an image to maintain. So I can't say, I find it hard to say, I'm really struggling with X, fill in whatever it is. And really lean on your inner circle for that, while also giving back to your inner circle, of course, too. I mean, I take that kind of stuff to Dahlia and to my top because they can see me without my makeup on. They can see the things that are tricky, and if they need to, they can bring to me what's tricky for them too. If you don't have an inner circle, now's a great time to work on building one and find those comrades and friends that are really dependable. And it really needs to be a two-way street, because while you're unloading your stuff on them, you have no idea, and until you're open and give the invitation, you don't know what's going on with them. They might be having their own really hard time,
Definitely.
To subs and bottoms and supporters of tops, understand that even when we look good, and even when we're showing up for events, and even when we're managing our stuff and our profiles and our pages and whatever we're doing, we're still humans. We have families, we have financial stuff, especially right now, so many of us are having real financial struggles because we can't see people in person. Some of us are in states where that's not a safe idea. Some of us have personal, I'm not seeing people. I have people in house that are medically fragile. I can't see people in person. I can't take risks like that for any amount of money. Um, so that means making some sacrifices in my budget and changing some things. And you have no idea. This is also for doms that have professional dungeons that they're trying to keep. They're trying not to let their leases go and whatever. And maybe they're seeing some people or whatever. This is an expensive lifestyle to maintain too. So even though it may look like they're doing well, you have no idea how behind they are with stuff or how much more they're going in debt right now and all that. So if you are a fan of a top, if you frequently see one, whatever, like be generous right now if you're able to. And show your support that way. I'm like, it's all well and good to say I love your stuff and I support you and I gave you a heart on your Insta. That's nice, but it doesn't pay my rent. And so if you really want to show support, that's the way. And I'm not saying myself. I'm saying whatever top or dom or
No,
that you frequent, show your support now. Show up and show your support.
Corsets cost money. Toys cost money.
Gear is so expensive, and costumes and training. And let's not forget that, like, none of us learned. I mean, we all came here from different avenues and stuff, but we learned these things by investing in our skills and ongoing investments in workshops and demos and all of that. None of us ever stop learning, or at least if we're good, none of us ever stop learning. So yeah.
Okay, we may have talked about this before. Please forgive me.
Always.
Because I do repeat myself a lot, but let's just talk about sissies a little bit.
Do what?
Sissies.
Yeah, love them.
Yes. A lot of sissies are in quarantine. What advice would you give to a sissy in quarantine?
Well, if you're home and you have the time and space for it, indulge. Have some fun, dress up. I mean, if you're going to be home watching TV, why not dress up in your character, in what makes you feel great, and do the same thing dressed up. And now's a great time to watch a YouTube video on how to better apply your makeup. Now's a great time to learn about different ways to make big boobies or whatever your aesthetic is. That now's a great time to perfect those things. Nobody's watching because everybody's at home. When the quarantine lifts and we're back in clubs and we're back to having a good time, you'll look that much better. And maybe you've built up some confidence. If you were a person who didn't do those things before, maybe you'll have built up some confidence in this time and be ready to go out in the community on the other side of this.
Yes. Now, of course, I got to ask this because everybody loves when I ask this. Do you have anybody in chastity right now?
Only me. Again, the same answer as the last time. Only me. I haven't.
Okay, I wonder if it changed.
Hoping it might soon. It was supposed to a couple weeks ago, but then a fucking hurricane came. I didn't come, but the hurricane came, and I had to cancel my plans. I wasn't happy.
All right. Let's go to the. All right, we're gonna take it down a notch, but we're gonna lift it up.
Okay.
Personally, and this doesn't have to be BDSM or kink related or anything like that. How are you dealing with the COVID and the quarantine?
All in all, really well. It really has. Like I said, for me, because my situation is so unique, for me, the changes that I had to make to adjust for this have been largely positive changes. And I have the fortunate, I'm fortunate enough to be able to make these changes without it harming me or my family. So I'm doing well. Knock on wood. Everyone I love and care about has been healthy and safe. And anyone, I have had a couple of people who have been through it, but they came out well and they're okay now. And I know how fortunate I am to be able to say that.
That's good. I got tested. I'm negative. And I just realized the doctors just say, you're getting old. You did a ton of drugs. You're getting old, and your body's catching up to you. And I'm like, oh God, I gotta deal with that.
Well, just start taking excellent care of yourself now. I mean, it's.
I'm trying to. I'm exercising. I'm trying to eat right. I don't eat meat.
I
I'll
said
eat.
not eating meat is the best approach. I don't know this.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll
want to say anything provocative to get the vegans after me, but meat is healthy.
Yeah, no,
Meat.
I'll eat meat every once in a while. I'll eat sushi every once in a while, but it's just like I try to it, no sugar, very little or nothing saturated fat. That's one, and a bunch of exercise.
But
Where
you really, so nutrition is a thing I'm super passionate about outside of kink, and you really need fats to assimilate your micronutrients, like your beta carotene, your vitamin A, and the B vitamins. I'm not quite it when I'm in this mode, that stuff doesn't come to the front as quickly. But yeah, you do need some fats in your diet, and also fats make you feel nice and sated, so you don't eat more and stuff. And we could give your diet a whole overhaul. And
trust
you
me,
should.
I
Yeah.
eat
So these are the things I do. These are the things that I feel super important, right? Probiotics, like probiotic food. I do water
yeah,
kefir, milk kefir, and kimchi, and I do all the fermenting myself. I do a lot of sprouts and stuff like that. I do bone broth. I think that's super. You have super digestible micronutrients because it's taking everything from bones. When bones are like little stores of micronutrients that break down when you make bone broth. And I am a big fan, and I'm a big fan of unpasteurized dairy products and grass-fed meats and grass-fed dairy products, and as close to I try to avoid, except for my Diet Pepsi, which you do see I drink by the gallon full. Try to do as much unprocessed foods as possible.
yes, that's what I'm trying. Okay, let's get to we're not going to do the word association game. But we have a different game that we're going to play.
Okay.
Okay.
I know.
We may have played it already because you've been on the show so many times. But
But you didn't ask about my new.
what?
Did you get my last minute message that I shot you today?
What?
After I shot you the original message that said the things I was hoping we'd cover and stuff, I shot you a follow-up because I had forgotten I wanted you to ask me about my new tattoo.
Okay, so tell us about your new tattoo.
See it? Can we see it? Like,
Yeah,
is it
I can see it. What is it?
It's a slave registry tattoo.
So
My top asked me to do it.
So you're a slave
No, just for him.
for him.
Just his.
And please forgive me. Like again, I repeat myself a lot. How did you two meet?
I don't share that because his vanilla is very, very vanilla, and we respect his privacy. But I've known him for some time,
Okay,
and
fair enough. All right.
my astrologer tells me that or has done a couple of readings that include that we have a 20,000-year Earth contract or something like that, which is funny and silly. And I don't really put a lot of stock in astrology, but it is fun.
Okay.
I've known him forever, and I'll know him to the end of time.
Look, I completely expected privacy and stuff like that. But let's talk recommendations. We've done this many times. All right, recommend a film.
Yes, and I had some ready, and now I don't remember what they were because I've had such a full day today. But let's go with whatever comes to the top of my head. That's usually interesting.
Exactly the way it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recommend a film.
A film. Memento. Have you seen Memento yet?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, what is it, like maybe 10-ish years old now. I love, It's on my list. I have a list that my oldest has of movies I want to watch again if ever I'm senile, because there's some movies that you love, but they're just not the same when you watch them the second time. And Memento, once you know how it unfolds, it's still a great movie, but it's not as great as it was the first time. And Memento is one of those
I
for me.
don't know.
So
I
is
think it
12
gets
Monkeys.
better. I think it kind of gets better because it's because you
Well,
know.
yeah, you can watch it the second time. You can catch details you missed the first time and stuff, but
Yeah,
it's still not that same surprise factor. I mean, I'm
it's
one of
a
those people
surprise.
that I'm one of those people that about 10 minutes, 20 minutes into a movie, I've kind of figured out how it's going to end, or and I'm often right. And that's one of the ones that you can't do that with because it is so different. Same with 12 Monkeys, the first time you see 12 Monkeys, the original, not the series, which was good enough. But did that same kind of thing for me the first time I saw it. Like it's unfolding in such a way that it is original. It is it's a story you didn't hear before, and I've heard a lot of
Oh
stories
my
before.
God. Yeah. Yeah. That's what like really solidified Brad Pitt for me. I was like, this guy is
Which
pretty
one?
great. Brad Pitt,
Oh yeah, in 12 Monkeys, he's amazing in 12. I forgot it was him for a second because I was thinking of
Bruce Willis.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
not Brad Pitt, that's
Yeah.
Bruce Willis. Yeah.
Like
And I forget the actress's name, the one that plays the doctor who cares what therapists write on
Amanda.
walls. I say that all the time. But I have such a crush on her. I've lusted after her for like 20 years. She's beautiful.
Yeah. Terry Gilliam from
Yeah,
who
no, yeah.
he directed it. It's an
I don't
amazing.
love all his stuff, but I love 12 Monkeys.
Yeah. Okay. Recommended book.
Mm. Oh, The Better Angels of Our Nature. It's like this big, and it is. And I think now is a good time to. It was a few years ago that I read it. Now it's probably a great time to reread it. One, because it's like this thick and it takes a while, and it focuses on. It's fact based. It's not fiction. Um, it's about how we live in a time that actually is far safer than any other time in the history of mankind, and that it really isn't such a bad time to be alive. And it backs us up with facts and numbers. And um, we have the resources for ensuring food safety, ensuring water safety, and while there are things that we could do better with in providing for our communities and all that, we've come so far. And anyways, it's been a few years since I've read it, and it's probably time for a reread. And like I said, it's a big book to digest, but it's worth the
I'll
time,
check
I
it
think.
out. I got nothing but time.
Yeah, right.
I'm stuck in this house.
And
Okay.
my friend Sean, well, maybe I shouldn't have just said his name. God damn it. Anyways, a friend of mine who I
Well,
was
you didn't
friends
say
with
his
since
last name, so it's fine.
I didn't say he was a thing or anything. He's not. He's just a kid I went to school with when I was in kindergarten. But anyways, he's the person that recommended the book to me like 10 years ago or 5 years ago or so. And it was a great recommendation.
Okay. Recommend a song.
A song?
Yes.
Hmm. What was my earworm earlier that I couldn't get out of my head? But now it's gone. Now you know what? I
No,
could use it.
wait.
That's how it works.
Yeah. What are you been listening to recently?
Rick James, Cold Blooded.
Cold Blood. Did you ever?
Who do you
Did you
belong
ever?
to?
Did you ever hear? Do you know who Old Dirty Bastard is?
Of course.
Have you ever heard his cover version of Cold Blooded?
I don't think I have.
It's on
I'm gonna
YouTube.
have to look for this now.
Look for that. It's amazing. It's like it's. I'm not saying it's better, but it's definitely entertaining.
I'm gonna look for it. I
Yeah,
promise.
it will make you laugh. And
Cold Blooded was one of my go-to get ready for party songs for like I don't know 6 months. I probably quite upset my housemates with it because every weekend it would just be blasting while I was showering, and
I
I
would.
just love that line. Who do you belong to?
I would. That's actually an interesting thing. songs to get you ready to get in the mood. There
I
are
had a lot of them.
What are they?
Okay. When I was dancing, my go-to was and they're kind of eclectic. When I was
That's
dancing,
good.
my go-to for getting ready for a part, you know, I mostly did bachelor party, birthday party circuits. Um, Billy Joel, Under Pressure. It's not so much that I dance to it, but it helped keep me on target for getting ready to get out of the house on time.
I thought that's
Not
David.
no, I'm sorry, I'm crossing songs here. Not but I mean I love Bowie. I love Bowie so much I've immortalized him a couple of times. But
Yeah, David Bowie and T-Rex is pretty awesome.
what's that?
David Bowie and T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like they're two totally separate artists, but yeah, but those they're
Yeah. What is that? What is the Billy Joel song? Oh, I can't. Wait a second. It is is Under Pressure the name of it too?
Are you gonna say Italian restaurant?
I love that song too, but it makes me sad and cry and stuff because we all have that one person.
Or Piano. My mom hated Piano Man because my dad loved David, but loved.
How can you not like that?
Well, because he would play it constantly. My dad would play.
Oh, it's just called Pressure, not Under Pressure, just Pressure. Ready?
Okay.
Oh, and we're gonna listen to commercials. Sorry. Shut up.
While acetaminophen blocks pain signals.
Acetaminophen.
New Advil dual action.
If you need to know what to take for a headache, take Advil. They just let us know. This one. This is what I put my eyeliner on too.
So this is like an 80s song.
See? And I am so Dead Milkman, I'll dance to anything.
Did you say Dead Milkman?
What's that?
Did you say Dead Milkman?
Of course I said Dead Milkman. I'll dance to anything. That's what I painted my room to.
You'll dance to anything. Oh my God. I saw Dead Milkman several times. It was one of the first punk rock shows I ever went to. And I saw them recently, about 2 years ago.
Was it fun or was it sad? Was it good?
It was amazing.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I thought they were I swear, okay, so I'm a huge fan, but not a fangirl. I don't know their trivia and stuff like that. I'm a fangirl for plenty of things. I kind of remember them being a little bit yucky now. Did they do an interview and say some unpleasant things or something? Or
no, they didn't. They just did some boring songs.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, but the first 3 or 4 albums are amazing.
Yeah. They were. But it's funny because I love this stuff, but also I don't necessarily play it in public. I was listening to Stewart while I painted this room for real just a couple weeks ago. It was one of the songs I was doing.
Oh my God.
Do you know what the? And I'm like, ooh, can I sing along to this anymore? This is so
John Worster.
What?
You know that little Worster kid? I think he smoked crack, but I know him.
Yeah.
He's one of the funniest people I've ever met. I've been on the best show. He's been on the best show. He's literally one of the funniest people I ever met. Yeah, you know that little Johnny Worster kid? He used to smoke crack, but I don't believe it. Yeah, so all right, let's continue. We digress. All right.
So much. But it's okay. We're having fun.
Yeah, well, these are more, but I'm losing my count now these days. So, all right, recommend a meal.
I had steak tips and shrimp yesterday. It was a brilliant idea. I grilled them
Okay.
and loved them.
Okay. Steak tips and shrimp.
Surf and turf.
And all right, so we did BDS on a budget several times. We did the worst word association game. This is something kind of new that I like to bring up. It's
Okay.
you say 3 words, but they all have to start with the same letter.
Okay.
They all have to start with the same letter. One of them has to be kink related, the other don't.
Okay.
So let me
Give
give
me
you
an example so we can get it
I'll give
sparked.
you an example. And this is a simple example.
Okay.
3 things I love.
Oh, 3 things we love, not
Yeah.
just 3 random things.
No. This is all about stuff you love. All
Okay.
right?
We play
So-
the I love you game and I love game in long car ride, so I kind of have a concept here.
So basically, we could always change it up. It's 3 things you love. My example: sleep, showers, and sex.
Okay, so showers wasn't intended to be kink related. Sex was.
No, and
You weren't
sex,
talking about Goldens. You were talking about showers.
no. I was talking just about laying in the shower and just zoning out.
Okay.
What are 3 things that you love, but they all have to keep the same first letter?
Give me a second.
Yeah, take your time.
Mm. Mm.
They don't have to be your absolute 3 favorite things. They can just
Right. I'm with you. Adventures, apple butter, which I made 2 days ago, and we're gonna put in parentheses Dahlia's ass.
all right. Oh my God, everybody! I love this woman so much. Please, please,
Dahlia's ass is a fetish unto itself. It's fucking amazing.
please welcome Mistress Cassidy Cream, and promote everything and anything you want on Twitter, on Facebook, on your YouTube page that's coming out. You name it, you got it. Go.
Stop. Put it further away.
Go.
I only hit it 5 times in the video, so it's all good,
That's
right?
fine. I don't care.
I know you don't. I'm gonna be in big trouble for it. Well, maybe not big, but trouble. Where are we? I'm sorry. I'm totally sidetracked.
You got plugs. Promote yourself.
Oh yeah, not butt plugs, but plugs, right? So
Not well, you can promote butt plugs if you want, but
I don't sell butt plugs, so no. So I'm going to again do a when you post this on Twitter and such, I'm going to again create a trial thing to link up with it. But in the meantime, come by my OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/Cassidy Cream. And my Insta is we're on Insta number, I've lost track. Cream Cassidy, I think I went with. I reversed my name because the other ones I can't use again. Twitter's Mistress Cassidy or Cassidy Cream. Twitter's Cassidy Cream, but who cares? Come to OnlyFans. That's where you should be following me. OnlyFans.com/Cassidy Cream. Also, I want to give a little shout out to, Ashley Fires. I've mentioned her on the show before. We had breakfast together this morning. That was super special. She is starting. So she's kicking off a new project, and it is Ella, ELA. Oh shoot, Ella1, ELAONE.org, and grassroots New Hampshire base. Probably will expand beyond New Hampshire, but we'll keep it focused for a minute. advocacy and mentorship and support for the adult industry. ELA stands for Erotic Laborers Alliance 1, like the number. And so I want to give her a little plug while I'm here too. And I'm super excited to be working with her on it. And yeah, like show up and be my fan, and I'll tell you how cool you are. You'll tell me how pretty I am, and we'll live our best lives.
And go to her OnlyFans page. You'll find all the links on
Yes.
the page as soon as
Yes.
it's posted. You'll yeah, and just support her. Support the cat. I mean,
Thank you.
Cassidy Cream has been awesome. Like,
Thank you.
seriously, this is the 4th time she's been on this show.
I love it. I have so much fun on it. It really has been fun. And I'm so glad that we crossed paths. I don't remember where it was, but so grateful we did. And life is a funny place. People cross your paths when they're intended to, and they should.
Yeah, and I'm very thankful that you're in my life as well. And we became friends. We
Yeah.
like seriously, we became friends. Like, we talk on the phone and all that stuff. So go to yourkinkyfriends.com. Go to the Discord.
Hey, we're gonna spin this on you for just a second before you finish. When's the what's your anticipated release date for your book? Or just even the ballpark of what season?
I haven't even I literally started the first chapter. So
you have it outlined though, right?
Oh yeah, I got it outlined.
Some little people are yelling out there, so we're gonna wrap it up quickly because past bedtimes and stuff.
Okay. So all right, everybody, go to yourkinkyfriends.com, go to twitter.com, go to fetlife.com. I'm at fetlife at yourkinkyfriends. I'm at Twitter at Nick.
Excuse me for 1 second. I'm wrapping this up, bud. I'll be out in a minute.
At Nicholas Tanek. My whole crew works the Instagram and Twitter at Friends Kinky. We have a chat group. We have a Discord chat group.
Charlie keeps telling me I need to use Discord, and I still haven't embraced it yet. Do you love the platform?
No, I hate it.
Oh, okay. She does.
I mean, it's helpful, but it's annoying. You know. So what else? Patreon at YKF _ YKF, and oh my God, my dom is calling me. Remember, be cool, be kind, and keep an open mind. Take care, everybody. Cassie, take care. Stay online.
Thanks everyone for showing up.
Yeah, dude, stay online for 20 seconds, okay?
Absolutely.